Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. We are once again in Stormworks working on our micro carrier. In this one, we are going to be doing some more unnecessary detailing on the inside. So definitely stick around for that one. We are right now just I'm placing some placeholders for washing machines. So they don't really look like washing machines right now, and they're going to change quite a bit. But yeah, so if that's any indication to what we're working on today, we're working on a laundry room. So I'm gonna get some sinks in here. I'm gonna get some lockers, some other little details here and there, but we'll talk about it a little bit more in a second. In the meantime, if you guys like this build series, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Keep coming back. I'm gonna keep posting these videos until we get the ship completed. We're getting there, guys. I know it's taking some time. I know, but we're finally getting into the bulk of the inside section, so the build's going to start going a lot faster here. So pretty much now, a lot of the episodes are going to just be us doing like one room or one part of the ship. A lot less of the bouncing back around all over the place from this point on. But yeah, you guys know the drill at this point. I'm going to let the time lapse roll a little bit. We're going to get a lot of the laundry room kind of placed, and we're going to work on some stuff upstairs a little bit too, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going to let that rock, and I will talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right, so you guys have seen me kind of start to put the bones down in the laundry room. Now I'm going to say that a lot of this changes, not necessarily layout-wise, but aesthetically it will change a little bit. And another thing that's really important to note that's going to change is the pumps for the water tank. So I am going to switch the entire ship over to a pressurized water tank, which I've talked about a little bit previously. But this way, all of the sinks, showers, all of that, whatnot, they don't need a pump to work. So the water tank's going to be pressurized, which means you just have to open a valve this is going to save us on logic. And also, I think it's a little bit more realistic because very few times in my life have I ever had to press a button to turn a sink on. So that's going to be one of the main changes that you're going to see. So right now I'm just kind of working on that sink, and we're going to continue decorating the inside of this, just kind of make it look nicer. So this is going to turn into kind of like a double sink basin. But you're going to see I'm going to try to separate the room the best I can. It's kind of tricky working in here because you guys can see there's a lot of like ship mechanics on the wall. The orangish red there is bilge. The lime green is a stabilizing system. The blue is for fire pumps. So, and then the green is for ballast tanks. So just right in this area, we have a lot of like different mechanical areas on the ship that all need to be kind of dealt with and addressed. So, that's kind of one of the trickier parts about this. And since we're down in the bottom of the hull, none of our walls are kind of flat. It makes the area kind of interesting to work with. So what I like to do is I like to kind of break the room up into little chunks, if you will. And that's kind of what this wall here is helping us do. It's not really separating the room exactly, but it's kind of, you know, in your mind, it's emphasizing that these are going to be two different spaces for two different functions. And you guys will see as I decorate the laundry room more. Again, this will kind of change a little bit. I'm just kind of letting it build in the background. But as I get it more done, you'll see that one side of the laundry room is basically for washing, and then the other side of the laundry room is for, you know, like folding, drying, that kind of stuff. So one side's going to have a lot of shelves and hangers and lockers and that kind of stuff. And then this other side is going to be counters and sinks and washing machines. Another thing I should point out while we're talking about it is the washing machines are also going to change. I actually go with this design using a porthole, and I set in a block back in the porthole, so there's a physical window you can look through. I think it looks a little bit better. I don't show it off in this video because I do it a little bit later on, and I know it's kind of funny because I showed us working on the washing machine. Well, to be fair, I think the washing machine looks pretty good. I don't use it. So I think the one that I made ends up looking a lot better, and you guys will see that a little bit later on. But right now I'm working on like a little wall right behind the sink. So if you can imagine in real life, you'd want to have like a backsplash there just so water isn't just pouring all over onto the wall behind. And that's kind of what we're going to work on. And then again, later, guys, this overhead shelf gets moved to the right, and then the sinks get turned into a double sink bay. And what's really nice is we're over here right next to the hot water tank, the hot water fresh tank. So really easy to get everything plumbed up. Like I said, we're going to have valves going. So there's going to be a couple different zones going out of the water tank. But for the most part, again, it's all going to be very simple with the logic, no pumps or anything, which I think is, thanks to the pressure update, we can do that now. And I think that's a great little addition to the game, honestly. But we're over on the other side of the laundry room where this is going to be kind of how you walk in. So like the doorway, the fuel tank is in the middle, if you remember. So this floor specifically is kind of split off into two sides. We got to walk all over these pipes because they can't go up, and I wanted them to stay down. So we're just going to mimic what we did on the other side for the server room. And basically that's just like a little raised walkway. It's going to go up one block. And I wanted to just kind of darken this path. I think it looks a little bit better with higher contrast. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Kind of darken the floor up a little bit. The floor is already gray, so I don't want it to be two kind of light grays fighting for each other. And then once it gets detailed, you're going to lose it. And I don't know, I'm just kind of blabbing on about colors and stuff. But here I'm going to add a heater that you can manually turn on. So that black thing over there is supposed to be kind of like hanger storage. That's another one of those things that gets moved in the long run. So I know I'm talking about moving a lot of stuff, but there are things that I'm doing right now that don't get moved, like the heater and things like that I do want to show that we added to the room. So you guys are going to see, this is kind of what a lot of the heaters are going to look like around the ship. I'm not going to have like a central heating system. There's going to be like an air conditioner you can turn on to cool down like a lot of the main spaces, but there's not like a central heat. So each room is going to have its own heater, and we even actually go as far as trying to heat most of the hangar bay. But up next, I am just going to grab some of these lockers. Lockers are going to be a kind of fun feature if you haven't heard what I'm going to do with them on the ship. So every single locker is going to be named to a specific player who plays Stormworks for various different reasons. So if you download the ship and you are, you're a content creator, or you used to make tutorial series, or you're a popular workshop creator, or whatever, something like that, you make good creations, you contribute to the ship, just various different reasons, a lot of different reasons. I'm going to put your name on a locker, so if you guys do want, once you get to download this, definitely go walk around, see if you can maybe find your name. I know all of the people who have contributed like a microcontroller to this vehicle will have their name in a locker and or one of the bunk rooms. So that's just something else that you guys can look forward to. I know we have a few of the people in the Discord that have actually contributed to that. So, I mean, if you guys do find your name and whatnot, definitely, and you're not in the Discord, come say hi, what's up. We have a special little role for people that have kind of built stuff that have gone in my creations. So, yeah, just a little bit of fun. I like to, it's a cool little feature. I think it's a nice way to kind of give back and also add some detail to the ship. But we're going to skip forward a little bit. Just a lot of that turned into just kind of little detailing stuff that changed around. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what we have so far. Like I said, the layout's not really going to change too much. It's just going to get a little bit more detailed, if that makes sense. But I do have another part of the ship I want to work on a little bit in this episode. So we're gonna go to that part also. But later on, you guys will see that this room changes a little bit. It's still shaped the same. The lockers are still here. The laundry machines are still there. It just gets a little bit more of a polished finish to it. So definitely stick around for that. I'll try to show that off in some episodes to come. But yeah, for now, we're going to move up to the space right above it on the next floor above. All right, so we're back in the building. And so how we get above there, this is kind of important, is a hole in the floor. And so what I'm adding here actually is going to be like a laundry chute. If you guys don't know what that is, basically like on a lot of older houses and some ships, they build in an area kind of like a trash chute where you can dump all your trash and it'll slide down basically a giant tube into either a giant laundry heap or trash heap or whatever. But this is what that is, and this is going to be the only one on the ship, but I'm putting it in a specific area. So the space above this is going to be kind of like a wash bay. It's going to have like a giant parts sink and that kind of stuff, but essentially it's going to connect to the hangar. So it's going to be a place that you can go if you're thinking about it realistically. You could go when you're really, really dirty, and there's going to be some lockers, some wash off equipment, and kind of clean yourself up before you walk into the rest of the ship. God, messes happen and you might be really oily, or your clothes might, be really messy or something like that. So that's kind of the thought process with that. Is it's also, I'm putting a hole there just because it's kind of fun to jump in between the floors that way. So there is going to be a handle. You can go up and down through the laundry chute, which is a fun little Easter egg for you. But I'm putting more lockers over here to kind of, again, go with that little aesthetic of, you can go in here and it's kind of more of a cleanup area, mud room, more kind of an idea. So that's kind of what we're going for here. It's going to go into this, and I know that I said we're working on upstairs. They kind of connect to each other a little bit. So you're going to see me bounce back and forth. But yeah, I think this is just a silly little feature. There's no reason to have it here. It's just for fun. But I kind of wanted to have it. I thought of it. I thought it would be goofy and fun, especially if you're playing multiplayer with people. You can kind of just bounce around and hide around pretty easily on the ship, which brings me back to a point that I circle back at a lot. When I detail my ships, I like to think of them as either like a multiplayer shooter map or like a hide and seek map or something like that. And that's where a lot of these kind of silly play features come from, is the idea of people trying to play a game on the ship, not with the ship, if that makes sense. So that's kind of why I'm so adamant on filling all the spaces and adding a lot of silly features and rooms and that kind of stuff. It's because I think that if you can enjoy yourself in that way on the ship, and it makes it feel a lot more realistic, but it also makes it more fun to play with. It makes the role playing a little bit better. It makes it just feel a little bit more realistic. But I'm just kind of ranting, guys. So that's kind of the mindset with that. And here is kind of the last major thing I move around in the laundry room that I was talking to you guys about. So can't really move it back. There's just this little wall. So I'm just going to add a giant wall of shelving. And again, it gets changed a little bit. I know I keep saying that. I know I sound like a broken record, but yeah, that's going to be, for the most part, what the laundry room gets, done up to look like. Like I said, the washing machines will change a little bit. I add some more shelves and hooks and storage and stuff here or there, but for the most part, it's done now. But yeah, that's about all the building I have for this one, guys. So we're just gonna get this spawned in, and I'm gonna show it off a little bit so you guys can kind of see what we've worked on today. But if while we're here, if you made it to the end, guys, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. We're just gonna check out. Here I am going down the laundry chute, and now we're in the laundry room, and you can crawl back up just using a handle. And this little hallway is that door is going to get removed, but this little hallway where I wrapped around is going to lead into kind of the main living space. There's going to be a doorway that goes to a stairwell. There's going to be a not a laundry room, a shower, a couple bedrooms, a bathroom, some missile storage, a crane, a bunch of other stuff is going to go on this floor. So this is going to be like one of the main, most active floors on the ship that's inside. But yeah, sink works. Like I said, we'll switch that over to pressures and set up pumps. We'll get another one on the other side of the wall, so there's 2 sinks. But yeah, guys, that's just about it for this one. So again, if you like the build series, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and come back for more. That's all we have for this one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.